Her name was Emily Cross, and she had learned early on that dreams came with receipts. Second-year business student, 22, quiet, soft-spoken. She lived alone in a flat above a fried chicken shop in the northern edge of Manchester, the kind of place where the wallpaper peeled in silence, and the walls remembered arguments they never witnessed. She had copper-brown hair that curled slightly when damp, and eyes that seemed always a little too tired for her age. She worked nights at a petrol station and weekends in a storage warehouse. Her meals were simple: toast, instant noodles, tea with just enough sugar to keep her going. She wasn't chasing fame. She just didn't want to be poor anymore. Then Alexis messaged her. It was a name she hadn't seen in years. Back in sixth form, Alexis had been everything Emily wasn't: bold, magnetic, always at the center of a room. While Emily kept her head down and her headphones in, Alexis was collecting compliments, followers, and prom dates. Now she was back. Or at least, her profile was.
Hey Em, long time. Let's catch up. I've got something exciting I'd love to show you.
The kind of message that sounded friendly, but read like bait. Still, Emily was curious. They met at a boutique cafe near the university. Alexis walked in like a walking Pinterest board: high boots, structured blazer, oversized sunglasses tucked into her curls. She hugged Emily like they were lifelong friends, talked fast, laughed loudly, and when they sat down, she leaned in and said,
So, I don't know if you've heard, but I've started something huge. I've built a team. I manage over 50 people now. We're scaling. We're changing lives.
Emily blinked. Doing what?
Exactly.
Alexis smirked, slid a sleek black brochure across the table.
We're in health and wealth, leadership coaching, product-based network marketing. But more than that, it's a lifestyle.
On the cover, a photo of a tanned man on a yacht holding a bottle of champagne. The title said, Elite Circle, Unlock the Life You Deserve. Emily didn't understand it, but she saw the confidence in Alexis's eyes. The perfect nails, the Apple Watch, the way she casually dropped phrases like my portfolio, financial sovereignty, six-figure residuals. Emily sipped her watery latte and nodded, and in her chest, a little whisper stirred. What if this is your way out? Emily sat at her desk that night, staring at the Elite Circle website. It was sleek. Videos autoplayed of luxury cars, testimonials from smiling women in beachside villas, young men in suits high-fiving in Bali. The words pulsed across the screen like a promise she never knew she was waiting for. Be your own boss. Live without limits. Escape the 9 to 5. A pop-up blinked in the corner. Only 7 spots left in your region. Emily bit her lip. She didn't have 2 pounds. 0. She barely had 200 pounds. But then, Alexis texted again. Trust me, Em. It's not spending, it's investing. You'll make it back in a week. Just use a student loan. Or Klarna. Or that emergency fund, whatever. This is how we build empires. Emily hovered over the application link. What did she have to lose? Only everything. She signed. She transferred. She became a member. The next day, she received her welcome email, a box of wellness boosters, and a long PDF titled How to Recruit Like a Leader. Her first training call felt like church. Dozens of people on Zoom all clapping, cheering, shouting, "Let's go, Queens," as the regional director welcomed our newest sister, Emily Cross. Emily waved awkwardly, her webcam off. They spoke in mantras. We don't sell products. We sell freedom. Every no brings you closer to a yes. If your friends don't believe in you, replace your friends. They gave her scripts, templates, a list of words to avoid, like sales, multi-level, commission. Instead, growth, empowerment, building a legacy. Emily tried. She messaged over 80 people in her contacts, reposted motivational quotes on her story, DM'd former classmates she hadn't spoken to in years. Most left her on read. Others replied with pity. A few blocked her. But Alexis kept pushing. Don't quit. You've only just started. You want the freedom? You gotta build the foundation. Buy 1 more box, hit your quota, and next month you'll qualify for the Rising Star Retreat in Milan. Emily hesitated, but her rank was dropping, and with it, her access to commissions. So she bought more products, and more. She maxed out her credit card, downloaded 2 new payday loan apps, stopped eating out, stopped calling her mom. She was drowning. But in the Zoom meetings, she kept smiling. It happened on a Thursday. Emily received a message not from Alexis, but from someone higher up, a name she'd never seen before. Just a single sentence. Report to the tower room. 3:0 p.m. Mandatory for advancement. No explanation, no emoji, no warmth. She went. The office was in a high-rise 22 floors above the street, silent and sterile, smelling of synthetic citrus and printer toner. Reception didn't smile at her. No one made eye contact. They led her to a gray door at the end of a narrow hallway. The sign said, Inner Growth Chamber. Inside, the room was colder than it should have been. The walls were soundproofed. A steel chair stood in the center. A tripod camera was set up in the corner, blinking red. On the counter beside it, a cordless hair clipper. Emily's breath caught. What is this? She whispered. A tall man in a black turtleneck stepped forward, someone she'd seen once on a promotional poster. Every elite has walked this path, he said.
This is the moment you let go of who you were. Shed the weight. Commit.
Her voice trembled.
You want me to shave my head? Not want.
Require. She took a step back.
No, I didn't sign up for this.
The man's tone didn't change.
You signed up for success. This is part of it. No one leaves until it's done. It's streamed privately to our mentors. They need to witness your rebirth.
Emily's legs buckled.
Please, no, I didn't know. I can't.
She looked for the door, but 2 more figures blocked it now, staff in black. Silent, impassive. She dropped to her knees.
Please, I'm begging you, don't do this. I'll pay the fee. I'll work harder. Just don't touch my hair.
Her voice cracked into sobs.
Please, I'll do anything else. Please.
They didn't respond. One of them gently, almost tenderly, and placed a towel over her shoulders. Another held her wrist down. She screamed, not loud enough to stop them, just loud enough to shatter something inside her. And then the blades touched her scalp. She shook, she sobbed, she called for her mother, for anyone, but no one came, not even Alexis. They gave her a wig, blonde, expensive, synthetic shine under fluorescent light. The next day, she was scheduled to speak on a Zoom call for new recruits. Her title had changed overnight. She was now listed as Emerald Mentor, Rank 2. There was a script in her inbox. Tell them how it changed your life. Be vulnerable. Talk about breaking through fear. They love that. Emily stared at herself in the mirror, hands trembling as she adjusted the wig. Her scalp still burned. Red lines crisscrossed where the clippers had scraped too close. She didn't recognize the girl in the reflection. She painted on the makeup, lined her lips, pasted on the smile. Then she hit join meeting.
Hi everyone, I'm Emily Cross, and just a year ago I was exactly where you are. Lost, broke, stuck in survival mode.
She recited it perfectly.
But this system changed me. It gave me control, purpose, confidence.
She didn't mention the loans, or the threats, or the steel chair. I had to let go of who I was, literally.
And it was the most freeing thing I've ever done.
They clapped. They clapped so hard. She became their star. In videos, she was radiant. Online, her profile showed filtered shots with motivational captions. Bet on yourself. Don't fear the fall. Rise from it. In real life, she couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she felt the cold buzz of the clippers, heard her own voice screaming for mercy. She'd wake up clawing at her head, forgetting she had no real hair left. She started recruiting. Girls like her. Younger. Hungrier. Desperate. She said the same things Alexis once told her.
This isn't sales, it's legacy. You just have to believe. Your old life, let it go.
And one by one, they followed her in. Some smiled, some cried. None of them ever asked what happened behind the tower room door. She wore the mask well, but cracks don't wait forever. It was supposed to be a regular pitch. A recruitment event, on campus this time. Emily had convinced the regional team to let her return to her old university. Home turf, she called it. Easier to manipulate familiarity. Nostalgia sells. She wore a slim white blazer, fake designer heels, and a short honey-colored wig. Her smile had edges now sharp, rehearsed, hollow. The classroom was filled with students, bright-eyed, broke, desperate, just like she'd been. She did the same speech she'd given a dozen times.
All I did was say yes, and now I travel. I earn 5 figures monthly, and I help others do the same.
And then, a hand raised in the back. He looked familiar. Tall, curly, dark hair, a navy jacket with fraying sleeves. The kind of face that didn't belong here. He stepped forward.
Emily?
She froze. It's me, Ben, year 12 English Lit. I used to lend you my umbrella when you forgot yours. Her mask slipped only for a second. She forced a laugh.
Oh wow, Ben, small world. You cut your hair?
Her hand instinctively touched the wig, just slightly tilted.
You okay?
Emily's eyes darted to the crowd. Her handler at the back was watching, arms crossed. She ended the session early and ran. That night, she found a folded piece of paper slipped into her coat pocket. It wasn't signed, just a message in familiar handwriting. You don't have to stay in this. I know someone who can help. He's a lawyer. Discreet, free. You're not alone. At the bottom, an address, a date, a time. She sat with it for hours. The paper felt heavier than it should have. The next day, she didn't log in to the recruitment dashboard. Instead, she took the bus. To the address on the note, to the only door that hadn't tried to sell her something. The law office was small, unbranded. No marble floors, no fake inspiration quotes on the wall. Just real people. And silence that didn't judge her. Emily sat across from a man named Colin, a legal aid volunteer who had seen this pattern before, too many times.
What they did to you,
He said gently.
wasn't mentorship. It was psychological coercion, financial entrapment, and that head-shaving incident, that's assault.
She told him everything. The investment packages, the daily quotas, the loans, the silence, the tower room. She didn't cry, not at first. She just spoke, like someone peeling tape off old wounds slowly, methodically, with shaking hands. By the end of the meeting, there were 2 cups of cold tea on the desk, and a folder of evidence Emily had secretly kept screenshots, voice notes, internal memos. It was enough. 3 weeks later, a press conference was called. Emily didn't want to go. She was still healing scalp tender, anxiety constant. But Colin said something that stayed with her. You're not doing this for revenge. You're doing it so no one else ends up in that chair. So she stood there, at the front of a room full of flashing cameras and wide eyes, no wig, no makeup, just her, and the truth.
My name is Emily Cross. I was lured into a marketing cult that promised freedom, but took everything. My savings, my dignity, my identity. They shaved my head to purify me. They trained me to lie to others. I became one of them, and I hated myself for it. She paused. I'm not here as a victim. I'm here as a warning. The next day, her story was everywhere.
Student exposes MLM cult in Manchester. Mentorship or manipulation? Emily Cross speaks out. System under investigation. Alexis deactivated all her social media. Several members of Elite Circle were placed under review. A criminal probe was launched. But none of that brought back Emily's hair. What it did give her was something she hadn't felt in months. A name, a voice, a start.